रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। My God, this is Satsang, not Shoka Sabha. Some more smiles and enthusiasm. रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। सुंदर विग्रह मेघ श्याम, गंगा तुलसी सालग्राम। सुंदर विग्रह मेघ श्याम, गंगा तुलसी सालग्राम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। भद्रगिरीश्वर सीताराम, भगत जन प्रिय सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। जानकी रमणा सीताराम, जय जय राघव सीताराम। जानकी रमणा सीताराम, जय जय राघव सीताराम। रघुपति राघव राजा राम, पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। पतित पावन सीताराम। बोलो रामचंद्र भगवान की, सीता मैया की जय। So we'll take some questions, and if you would have any more questions and you want to ask spontaneously, Sharva has the mic. He would pass it to you. You can just raise the hand in between the questions, or after these questions get over, you're welcome to do so. Okay. Pranam Swamiji. Fear, anxiety, depression, what causes these? With what we are learning in Vedanta, how does one deal with these? Please recommend some actionable steps. Yeah. Fear, anxiety, depression, it has been a problem that humanity has been facing, but if you look at the statistics today, these conditions seem to have skyrocketed. And especially in the age group, one would never expect these. Even in that age group, especially in young children, these mental health conditions are manifesting in huge numbers, humanity should be very much concerned about it. Before coming here, I met a couple of child psychiatrists in Bangalore who have been doing great service to the society back in India. They said, Swamiji, post-COVID, we have great increase in very young patients. These children coming with various conditions because of the impact of lockdown, not having social interactions. A child's psyche is very much shaped by looking at the external environment, constantly interacting with the external environment. So that's one of the big cause why we see mental health conditions like fear, anxiety, depression, even in young children. And recently I was studying a study from a very valid source. If you look at YouTube Kids, there is a separate channel for the kids, and any cartoons that the kids see on the television, it's all in extremely bright colors, and a particular scene is on the screen for only a fraction of a second and immediately moves. So this is like, you put a circle, the study was showing that you put kind of different colors on a circle and then keep spinning it, and you have to keep watching it from this distance. A sort of a dizzy mental state comes to an adult even when you look at it. The same kind of phenomenon is happening in these 1-year-old brain, 2-year-old brain, 3-year-old brains, 4-year-old brains, because the parents, for no other way but to handle the kids, put all these cartoons. I even had the name, I forgot. I wanted to note it down to especially tell the young parents. It is one of the most watched cartoons on the television and and other platforms, that they have taken neurologists, neuroscientists, a team has worked and put together those colors and the scenes in such a way that these young minds are hyper stimulated and their attention span has become so low because of very early exposure to the screen time. So that is one of the main reasons many researchers are showing why these conditions are manifesting in very young children as well. And coming to fear, anxiety, depression in general is happening because you see how a human mind, a system was used to the social structures, it's totally broken. The structures are totally broken. So modern world seems to be in a revival to put up a new structure. A human being is a social animal. Its mental health is very normal or in a suitable way when it is having healthy interactions with other humans. But since the whole structure has changed, humanity is coping up with adjusting itself to these new structures which have not yet fully come, whereas the old is given up, the new has not yet fully formulated. So I suppose one of the reasons why everyone seems to be having some amount of this fear, anxiety and depression is because there is nothing firm below their feet. The ground is constantly shaky, ground is constantly moving. So in such conditions, it's very difficult to handle oneself. Coming to Vedantic point of view of handling fear, we have discussed this in many aspects. One way you can, even if you see, really speaking, sometimes we are isolated with the world in so many ways. Ask yourself, have you had a deep conversation with somebody outside your financial category. Deep conversation, not superficial, hello, how are you, how was your day? Deep conversation doesn't seem to be the answer. When have you had a deep conversation with somebody who's facing so much more difficulty than what you are probably facing right now? If you ask yourself, deep conversation, I'm not saying superficial conversation at all. Anybody can have it. Not at all. So, people with very ordinary lives seem to be living life fearlessly compared to people in high job positions and bigger economic bracket, etc. Is because somehow one is addicted to a certain lifestyle and constantly wondering if I can sustain, and all the big deal, constant bombardment about future, investment, this, that, 100 million calculations to arrive at a correct number so that you stay cozy in the retirement period. All of it has created tremendous fear in a person. So Vedantic solution is to interact more and more with hundreds of other people around who are outside your zone to learn lessons from their lives. Vedantic suggestion is to simplify life. That you would really require less than what you really think that you want. Vedanta is not opposed to ambition. Vedanta is not opposed to enthusiasm. Vedanta is not opposed to career progress. But Vedantic thought is never losing your ground, never losing your grounding, never losing your base. Fear, the cause of fear is future. So Vedanta again and again stresses to be located in the present moment. Fear immediately starts when you start calculating your future and imagining your future. And we always think this could happen, that could go wrong, that could go wrong. In fact, start putting a list, million things could go wrong. Why just talking about 3 things? Million things could go wrong. So, so immediately you come out of the present moment, what you have is fear when you keep stressing on future. And anxiety comes where you compare your life too much to others, and also you have a very fixated view about how your life got to be, how your positioning need to be. So all of it creates unhealthy amount of anxiety. See, some amount of fear, some amount of anxiety is all natural. That's how a system operates. But then, now in the modern world, these things seem to be in abnormal, unusual levels. That's a big concern. So you eliminate anxiety by accepting the outcome, however it's going to be. So you always have a choice whether you want to accept or you want to stress over your fixated view of how things ought to be. So that creates anxiety and depression. Go out in the world, don't be isolated. Go out in the world, be in healthy social circles, pay attention to nutrition, pay attention to exercise, yoga, and then pay attention to life. Everybody is only paying attention to lifestyle. Nobody pays attention to life. See, if you really think in a sukshma way, deeply, what is everybody involved? Lifestyle, not life. We have ignored most basic things. Food, who has time for it? Prana, breath, oh, who has time for it? Sleep, oh, who has time for it? Relationships, oh, who has time for all that nonsense? See, you ignore every part of relaxation, downtime, just spending a day with family, yourself, at home. All that is ignored, and what one is solely concerned is not head nor mind, nor only concerned about hair and external lifestyle things. Entire life is focused on lifestyle. When you start focusing on life, I believe depression could be handled. And when these things go beyond certain levels, or if you notice, also seek help. Seek help whenever there is. Of course, Vedanta has holistic solution, but seek help when it is required. Pujya Swamiji used to tell, people often don't seek help because they think it makes them weak. No. Pujya Swamiji used to say, seeking help when required is intelligent way of living. Seeking help when in need is intelligence, not weakness. So one should pay attention to that. So paying attention to life, to sun, to moon, to stars, to air, water, the fire in the stomach, all of these things, when you pay attention, I believe life can be balanced. So the sutra of Vedanta, of Bhagavad Gita, for handling fear, anxiety, depression is Yukta hara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. Bhagavad Gita, which chapter 6, I don't remember the verse number. Yeah, so anyways, you have the verse. What will you do with the number? You search for it, ask ChatGPT. So Krishna's method is balance, yukta, right. The two words to hold on to from this verse of Bhagavad Gita is right, R-I-G-H-T, and balance. So he says yukta ahara, right food or balanced food. Of course, the physical food, and also whatever you consume from your five senses is the food for the system. That's how Shankaracharya defines food, as that which you consume from five sense organs. So you consume visuals from the eyes, you consume podcasts and then YouTube videos and a lot of phone calls from the ears, and then you consume different sensations from the skin. You consume smells, essential oils, perfumes, and asafoetida, hing, various things. So let all the intakes be balanced. Yukta ahara, yukta vihara, right and balanced entertainment. Yukta cheshtasya karmasu, balanced activity and downtime. Yukta swapnava bodhasya, balanced sleep and activity. Balanced sleep and activity. Such a person who has this kind of lifestyle, yogo bhavati dukkha. Yoga, the Bhagavad Gita's knowledge, becomes a cure for all dukkha. Yogo bhavati dukkha. So probably Krishna has recognized thousands of years ago. And then today, all these concepts are being recycled in the form of slow living, conscious living, balanced life, work-life balance, downtime. All these words are Bhagavad Gita words. In fact, you put out something and don't pay attribution, then they'll say, hey, in the community, they'll say, hey, you quoted me and did not attribute. That's not the way you work as a scholar. But then all Gita concepts are recycled. Nobody is attributing us. I feel bad. Yes, please.
Does it fit in this context? does karmanya vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana, is that related to what we are talking about?
Yeah, I said your fear and anxiety reduces when you're not focused on outcome, rather the action in the present moment. So that's what Bhagavad Gita verse karmanyeva adhikaraste will help us locate in action rather than results. Thus you enjoy what you're doing rather than being obsessively bothering about result and outcome. That would be a way to go. Yes, sure, we can take help of that Gita verse as well. Next question.
The mind is agitated tremendously. How does the body act efficiently? If the mind is agitated.
If the mind is agitated, how
The body act efficiently in whatever work you do.
would body?
Act efficiently.
No, isn't. I mean, the question is, if the mind is agitated, would body act efficiently, work efficiently? Isn't it there in all our experiences? When the mind is agitated, we are not our best selves in the way we do things. So it directly affects the system. So that's why the whole focus of yoga, the whole focus of our Sanatana Dharma is to keep mind in a relaxed state. So even the vyavaharik outside life can be more and more efficient. Yeah. In fact, we believe that if you are highly agitated, you can do wonders in life. That's, I think I do not agree with that paradigm. Superficially, it may work in life, probably for some people, but it all depends on where is your focus. If your focus is just on material success at the cost of losing health, family, all of it, yeah, fine. An agitated mind can take you somewhere, I suppose. But then if somebody's focus is balanced life, a good career, a happy family, a healthy body, good sleep, if that is the focus, then you do not want to be part of the rat race. So that's how we have to contextualize for ourselves, because if we look at the crowd, we don't gain anything. What is the significance of Abhishekam performed with various materials? With various materials. The other question is, what is the significance of tonsuring one's head in Tirupati and other places, etc.? Okay, first question, Abhishekam. So, the whole puja tradition, as I mentioned, is relating to Saguna, Sakara, Ishvara. That means the divinity is given a name and a form, and it is personalized. So it is personalized as a devata, as a murti in the temple or the household context. So if you very closely observe the whole puja tradition, whatever we do for the body, the same things are done to Bhagavan in the temple. So you take bath and you give spa bath to Dakshinamurti or Krishna or the temple deity. So you take food, you give Naivedyam to the Bhagavan. So you wear clothes and you offer Vastram, clothes to Saguna Sakara Ishvara. So you wear ornaments, you adorn the Murti with the ornaments and say everything. In fact, many traditions in Krishna, Rama traditions and also traditions in South India have the entire ritualistic worship of whatever happens to a human in the life cycle, the same things are done in the temple. Morning, you wake up, then there is Suprabhata Seva at the temple. And then you take bath and there is Abhishekam. Then you adorn yourself, you get ready, then there is Alankara. then don't you like when somebody praises you? So that is the archana. So priyavakya pradhanena sarve tushyanti jantavaha tasmat tadaiva vaktavyam vachane ka daridrata. Sweet words bring joy to every being on this earth. When this is the reality, why are you so stingy in speaking sweet words, says the Sanskrit verse. So archana and the prayers is all about giving various words of praise to Lord, to God in the form, in a particular form. So that is the role of the Abhishekam. And then why it is done with various materials. These materials are considered as important dravyas or materials of religious importance. And if you look at it, all of them have some either nutritional value or some medicinal value. So the water is offered, tulsi water is offered, then turmeric water is offered, then Vibhuti is offered. Swamiji, what is Vibhuti? You all are using activated charcoal, toothpaste and soaps and whatnot. So that is coming there. So what happens here in the system? The same thing is mimicked in case of worship in temple. The reason for shaving one's head in Tirupati, etc., the hairs culturally in Hindu Sanatana Dharma symbolically stands for desires. So it's a symbolic offering that I am giving up my obsessions at the feet of this temple, feet of this Lord. So that is the reason why one shaves. There is a practice of in fact, some of the temples in South India, both men and women shave their entire heads. It's not only men, even women shave their entire heads. Yeah. In Prasada Buddhi, I accept the result as given by Ishvara. My responsibility is only in action. How do I know if I performed the correct action, or how do I know that my decision to take a specific action is correct or not? Yes, you have got the Prasada Buddhi right, yes. But how do you know what is a specific action is right or wrong? Viveka. So constantly you use the power of discernment, power of intellect in order to see what is right in a given situation. Sometimes it is not so clear, but you cannot halt life, you cannot pause life. Life must go on. Every situation demands you to take a quick decision. In those cases, in best of your abilities and best of your knowledge, whatever you can do, you take a decision. And atha yadite karma vichikit karma atha yadite. If you don't tell it in the swara, then the mantra won't come out. अथ यदि ते कर्म विचिकित्सा वा वृत्त विचिकित्सा वा स्यात् ये तत्र ब्राह्मणाः संहर्षिणः युक्ता अयुक्ताः अलूक्षा धर्मकामाः स्युः. Taittiriya Upanishad's suggestion that if you are conflicted in taking a particular decision, go consult the Guru, whoever you have faith in, because they have observed life in a very subtle way. They have both practical insights as well as scriptural insights. Thus, a guru will be able to guide you in making a particular decision if you are highly conflicted and do not know how to go about it. Yeah. So that way you make a decision and outcome comes, you accept. And suppose you life, it's not that you make perfect decisions every time. So we learn from the situation and go further. Is there any other option? Doesn't seem to be. Can we pray to God asking for specific things that we need in our life, that like health, money to meet our needs and children's health, etc.? Yeah, of course. But as I discussed, from Artha, Artharthi, Bhakti, we must evolve. All this is part of life, we understand, but the goal is moksha, freedom. If the goal is moksha, the freedom, we need to continuously grow in our life to free ourselves from specifics, to free ourselves with specific desire, and one day you become neutral and then be focused on the pursuit of moksha. That's how it goes. That's the suggestion you can consider. The discussion was not about shouldn't pray in particular way or should not pray for artha and kama. It's not the discussion, because Krishna says these are the type of devotees, my devotees. In fact, he says these are the types of my devotees. But in the Vedantic inquiry, what Sri Krishna is also encouraging each one of us is also to grow. When I see or think of people suffering in poverty, loneliness, or disease, I feel helpless. Yes, any sensible heart, any person who has compassion would definitely feel when we look at poverty, loneliness, and disease. Instead of feeling helplessness, you can see what actions you can do, what positive action you can do in order to ease somebody's suffering, in order to give a helping hand to someone, to be a friend, to help the needy, so we can take constructive steps so that we don't feel helpless. Wow, we have a blank card. Pujya Swamiji was editing a particular Vedanta magazine. I don't recollect the name. I think it could be Tapovan Prasad or one of the magazines. So it seems in one of the editions, Pujya Swamiji took up the topic of Maya. So he was to write an article about it or editorial about it. So in the magazine, Pujya Swamiji put the title Maya and intentionally put the entire page blank. And it seems Swami Chinmayananji, Pujya Gurudev saw it and said, "What is this?" he asked Pujya Swamiji. So this blank page reminded me of that. Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam. It said Brahma Vidya is revealed in silence, silent words. Prayer is a means to communicate with God. What is the other different kinds of prayer which one can help us to develop a relationship with God? Tomorrow I'm going to discuss this topic, so it will come in the class. Yeah. I have been coming here for many years since 2012. Each time as I grow older, these teachings become deeper and deeper. My God, the D is looking like C, cheaper and cheap. No, I think it is D. So becoming deeper and deeper, and my love and respect for Swamiji, is growing deeper. Okay, now again, C, D, I asked the question, it's a D or C. I would like to implement the wisdom of Vedanta in my daily life. Could you please suggest some ways to do so? Yeah, one thing often that happens in day-to-day life is because of the sheer mechanicalness involved in a day-to-day life. In fact, we seem to be working as some programmed robots. So just wake up, you know the drill, to take the phone, drink water, put the coffee, prepare the kids to go to school, this and that. It's so mechanical sometimes. So take a pause in between. Life does give you an opportunity to pause. Pause for 30 minutes? No. 3 minutes? Yes. 5 minutes? Yes. Take pauses. Take a pause. Take a pause and remind yourself of this teaching. It makes tremendous difference in day-to-day life. Otherwise, it becomes challenging to deal with a life which is ahead. You've got to do what you got to do, but at the same time, how to integrate this teaching? Take a pause and reflect. Take a pause and reflect. And each day before you end the day, even though these practices seem very cliched and trivial, it will have tremendous benefits for you. Look at the whole day, how it has unfolded, how you have reacted, how you have responded. So we go from day after day as if we are unconnected with the day, as if just nothing matters. Big vairagi sorts. No. Whereas we have all the latent impressions, then wrap up the day because of the sheer mechanicalness and the busy schedules that we have. So take pause. That's how you bring in these teachings. Have a routine of listening to Vedanta, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever the time available to you. What matters is not the amount of time, but the consistency in practice to keep it going. So that would help a lot in dealing with real life situations. You were at Harvard Divinity School recently studying comparative religion. Did you perceive a lot of ill feeling towards Hindu religion? What could be the reason? No, I did not see ill feeling among peers, fellow researchers, fellow students. It's not like that. In general, if you see in India or here, in so many circles, there has been this tendency which springing from colonial British rule in order to degrade every damn practice of Sanatana Dharma, to paint every tradition, every practice of Hindu Sanatana Dharma in a negative light. So that has continued. The narratives have been built up on that. So some of you may be familiar with this series of sacred books of East, which were translated and worked on by Max Muller. Till when I was studying in school in India, Max Muller, we all thought, we were of an impression that he's some great scholar who translated Vedas and gave a shape to our Hindu scriptures and this and that. Did you know Max Muller never put his foot in Indian soil? He's never visited India. How do you expect somebody who has never visited India, how atrocious it is to translate an entire text, to translate, to comment, to pass judgment, to bring about narratives about Hindu Sanatana Dharma. So those books were published and scholarship was built upon it, one after the other. So that has created a lot of negative narrative. And in fact, for so many reasons, back at home in India too, unnecessarily ill feeling about one's own religion, one's own tradition is brought up by education system, by political narratives and all these factors. So all of Puja Swamiji put great effort in correcting these, and we all in our own capacities are correcting it, and there is a need to really restore the glory of the knowledge systems in Sanatana Dharma today. So that's the need, yeah. Can you suggest a good book on this topic? You may want to look at books of J. Sai Deepak. In fact, in one of his first books, he has given his sort of an acknowledgement to Pujya Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji, Pujya Swamiji, who has inspired, or I do not recollect exactly, that he has acknowledged the works of Swami Dayananda Saraswati ji. So you will know that. And read books of Hindu scholars. Okay, I'm not getting the exact book name, but then Hiriyanna. So you may want to look at the books of famous philosopher Hiriyanna in order to appreciate the glory and right narratives about Hindu Sanatana Dharma. Another author to look for is Ananda Kumaraswamy. So you may want to look at his books as well. Yeah. How to move from attachment to one's near and dear to loving one's near and dear. Yes, we discussed that in the evening class. So, conditional love is attachment. Conditional love is attachment. Unconditional love, is true love. So, what we usually have in our relationships also is conditional love. I will love you if you satisfy these requirements, these expectations from me, then alone you deserve my love. So we move on from that to simply loving a person, loving son, daughter, spouse, parents for what they are, for who they are, not always having a transactional relationship where expectations emerge. So whenever there is expectation, relationship, instead of being holistic, becomes materialistic, transactional. We don't want to do that in our life. Yes. We'll take the remaining questions tomorrow. I'll end the satsang with a bhajan of Sant Guru Nanak Dev. It kind of echoes what we have discussed, that life without divinity, life without divine, with life without God becomes very dry. So Guru Nanak says, Sumiran karile mere mana, theri biti jati umar hari naam bina. He says the life will just go, the age will go, your ayas or the time on this earth will dry and dissolve if you do not put your mind to remembering the glory of God. And he says, if you don't have divinity, bhakti in your life, it will be like a well without water. It will be like a cow without milk. It will be like earth without the sky. It will be like plants and trees without any fruit. That's how your life is going to be. That dry your life is going to be. And he says, your life is going to be like a mandir, a temple without lamp, dark. It will be like a pandit who does not know even one sentence of the Veda. It will be like the body with missing something. It will be like night sky without moon. And finally he says, Kama krodha madalobha nivaro. Give up this obsession with desires, jealousy. And he says, Nanak says this truth, may you remember this truth in this life, ya jag mein Koi nahi apna. Ultimately, in this life, there is nobody truly as yours except divinity. That's what he says.
कैसे प्राणी हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, मेरे मना। देह नैन बिना रैन चंद्र बिना मंदिरा दीप बिना जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना, जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना तैसे प्राणी, तैसे प्राणी हरि नाम बिना सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, मेरे मना। काम क्रोध मद लोभ निवारो, छाड़ दे सब संत जना, कहे नानक शाह सुनो भगवंता, या जग में कोई, या जग में कोई नहीं अपना, सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, मेरे मना। भजन कर ले मेरे मना, मेरे मना, मेरे मना, मेरे मना। A very beautiful composition by Guru Nanak Dev. I think some sound was not perfect, but anyways, in spirit we are there with Guru Nanak Dev. See, Sanatana Dharma, Bharatavarsha is so rich. Every nook and corner you find these great pieces of wisdom. Search in the poetry of Meera, Kabir Das, Sant Guru Nanak Dev, Purandara Dasa, Alvars, Nayanmars. Everywhere there's only knowledge and wisdom. It's the beauty of it. So, we'll conclude the satsang here. Let us take a moment to close our eyes. And remind ourselves of the teachings that we have received today. Even an ounce of wisdom is enough to bring in transformation. Ashram is a perfect place to take these calm moments, to reflect upon life, oneself, one's relationship with the world. It's a blessing to be here. It's a blessing to have this opportunity of having good food, warmth, people to talk to. Acknowledge the grace and blessing in your life. Let us include everyone in our prayers. So that each and every one has the same opportunity of having enough food, warmth, and a place to dwell in life. With that intention, with that thought, join me in praying for the entire world, not just for ourselves. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Those who know the chant can join me. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May everyone be happy. May everyone be free from afflictions. May everyone have an opportunity to see what is auspicious. May there be no dukkha, afflictions in everyone's life. May there be peace, peace, and only peace in our life. Om Tat Sat.
Slowly and gently, you may close your eyes, you may open your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. So you will all assemble here again at 6:55 a.m. tomorrow. Swami Muktatmananda ji will